Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, about 4 a.m. and on Wednesdays here at the farm, in addition to milking and feeding and doing the regular things we do on Wednesdays, we bed up our freestall barn. We bed our cows with sawdust, and we use a sawdust shooter on a skid loader to bed them up. So I will take you along and show you what that's all about. So we are getting ready to mix our first batch of feed for the milk cows this morning, and we already have our protein supplement in the wagon from yesterday evening, and now we will go get some ground corn, and then after the ground corn we will put some alfalfa haylage in it. So we have our ground corn in now and our alfalfa haylage. We will start the mixer and start mixing the ingredients and add our last ingredient, which is corn silage, which probably makes up 60% of the cow's diet. Silage in now, and that is the last ingredient for our cows' ration, and we will go up to the freestall barn and run it off. So now that I have our milk cows fed, it's time to bid up the first group free stalls in our freestall barn for our milk cows. And we always do that while the cows are being milked, so we don't disturb them any other part of the day. So we use dry sawdust, kiln dried sawdust. It's really a dry, dusty product. The drier the better, because less bacteria can grow in products that are drier. So to bid up the free stalls, we use a sawdust shooter on top or in front of a skid loader. Makes pretty quick work of it, and I will go hook that up now and get started. So as you can see, the sawdust shooter has an auger in the bottom. It can throw it out left or right into our free stalls, and all we have to do is hook up our hydraulic hoses. Well, we have the first group of free stalls bedded up, and we are ready to turn the cows back in because they are just about done milking the first group of the freestall barns. And we will get the second group moved over into the holding area, and we will start bedding them up as soon as we do that. So the cows are returning to their side of the freestall barn. As you can see, some of them choose to eat, and some of them choose to lay right back down in the stall that has new fresh bedding in it for them. So we're taking the second group over to be milked now. They will go in the holding area, and while they are being milked over there, we'll put new bedding in all the free stalls. So we just finished up bedding up the second group. We just turned the cows back in, and they're all coming back in to eat or rest in their new stalls that are all bedded up for them. We do this once a week, pretty much always on Wednesdays. No certain reason on Wednesday, just one day of the week we pick that we do this for. So we just finished feeding our milk cows for the morning feeding, and now we will mix a ration for our heifers that we feed once a day. The ration consists of a couple scoops of haylage and the remaining balance of corn silage. So now I'm down by the bred heifer lot, getting ready to run off their ration in front of their headlocks, and once we get this pen done, then we will go to our calves that are 6 months old to a little over a year, a second group that we feed also the same ration. So one of the benefits of working on a farm and working outdoors is you get to wake up and see this every day. And it never gets old for me. I truly am thankful for what we have and what we do every day, and I do love my job, and this is definitely one of the benefits of it, being outdoors and seeing this every morning and evening. So now we're done feeding the heifers, and we are back at the mill house where we grind corn and get our protein supplement. But since we are out of high moisture corn, that's why we were getting the ground corn off the pile down in the shed earlier. So we would just be putting in a protein supplement now. And this is for tonight's feeding. So the morning milking is done now, and all we have to left to do in the milking parlor is wash it down and clean up everything. So we are done with the morning milking. Everything's been milked, fed, and bedded up. And now we're just waiting on the trailer load of shavings to get here so I can push them in, which should be any time now. So we finished up bedding up everything this morning, the cows and some heifer pens with sawdust. And as you can see, we are out of sawdust. So another load of sawdust will be coming here shortly, and we'll get it unloaded and pushed in here. So our sawdust truck has arrived, and we'll be pushing it in here shortly once he gets it lined up. We push it in with a skid loader. Thank heavens it has a cab. It gets really dusty. A couple years ago we didn't have a cab for one of our skid loaders, and it was a lot worse back then, but now it's not too bad of a job. So as you can see, pushing in that sawdust is a pretty dusty job, and it is hard on our equipment. We do have 3 skid loaders here on the farm. This one here is dedicated always to manure and sawdust work. We don't feed with this one or do pretty much anything else. It's dedicated to this, and as you can see, it's very hard to keep clean between the two. It drives me nuts that we can't keep it clean, but we do blow out the filters or replace the cabin filters once a week, and we do wash it periodically. But like I said, since we use it every single day, probably 5 to 6 hours a day, It's just hard to keep clean. So after the sawdust leaves, I take a air blower and blow it all off, blow the filters out, the cabin filters, and try to keep it clean as best as I can. That is a wrap for Wednesday morning, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you later.